So who are you and what do you do?
So Fatema Hamdani, I'm one of the co-founders and CEO of Kraus Hamdani Aerospace. We build large fixed wing unmanned aerial platforms. So large drones. Our smallest UAV, as we call them, unmanned aerial vehicle, is 16 feet wingspan. We're a triple bottom line company. So for us, people, planet, and profit are all equally important. And the mission of the company is saving lives, starting with the warfighters, civilians, wildlife anti-poaching, search and rescue, disaster management, wildfire management. So there are a lot of applications. If you are able to fly long distances and beyond line of sight, you're able to address a lot of intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, communication use cases to cover all of the above. In addition to that, I am a daughter, sister, friend, an aunt, and have been able to build beautiful relationships and communities everywhere I've traveled and been. So that's me.
Yeah, that's really amazing. So what are your visions and dreams that you have for the next 5 years?
Next 5 years. I usually like to set intentions versus concrete, what I want. And I trust the process. And a lot of times trust what the universe can bring to us, because a lot of times we are limited by our own imagination. And so if we set out intentions and are open to how they come or they get manifested, more than usually we get surprised in a very pleasant way. Mm-hmm. And when we don't, that is a lesson that we have to learn in order to grow the way we want to grow. So the next 5 years are, from a company's perspective, a really amazing time for us. We are at our inflection point of growth. We've been building for the last 6 years. Our platform is in production. We've been working with the US DoD. In addition, we've been working on a lot of use cases from an overall humanitarian perspective, wildlife anti-poaching. Recently, we were flying for one of the federal agencies here, and we're able to impact and contribute in apprehending sex traffickers as well as narcotics traffickers. So the intention that we had set out to make the world a better place, we're on the path to doing that. We're also raising capital, and it's a growth round. And it's very interesting. We did not go the traditional ABC capital raise rounds, and we're focused. We knew when we would be in production post-revenue, that's when we would want to raise capital. So at this point, we're raising our growth round with a lot of strategics as well as financial investment partners, and being a triple bottom line company, which is focusing on people, planet, and profit together. You need the right kind of investment partners that believe in the same kind of vision. Mm-hmm. So that's professionally, scaling up to handle the growth that we're seeing, bringing in the right kind of investment partner and capital that align with the vision of the company. And third aspect of all of this is creating a platform where people can come find their joy and truly are creating magic. When we are in our flow, as Marcel, you and we've done the flow program together, when we are constantly in our flow, we can create magic. And so as a founder and a leader, I'm very passionate about how do you create a platform where people can come and find their joy truly and are working towards a common goal and vision to create magic.
That's really powerful. I understand what you're saying with the intention, and I find it really it's really challenging to get the intention across to the whole team, that everyone has the same dream or the same intention that you can build together.
Yeah, alignment is a very interesting aspect. As anybody who's building a company or even families, what's important is, how do you ensure that there's alignment between members of your team or family or friends? If we are aligned, there's common goals, there's common ways of being, including respecting customers or being able to take courageous steps in order to build out the business the way the business wants to be built out, or the direction the business has to take. There are times when you have to say no to things. It's not always just about the things that are actually working and rosy, but there are times when you have to make hard decisions. That's where alignment comes in really strongly.
So when you talk about decisions, I want to ask you, what's your process of decision making? Some people are more rational about, looking at a lot of data. And since you're in technology, I guess many people look at data, but then there is the other side of following the intuition. In what camp are you in?
It's a balance, right? It's not, so here's what's interesting. When you have to be able to address people when you want to influence somebody, whether that be an investor, whether that be an employee, whether that be another team members. It's all about understanding what speaks to each person. From my own personal decision-making, I do have a combination effort of looking at things. I do trust my intuition quite a lot, and it's served me well. In addition, backing that intuition up with the right kind of data so that you're able to move forward with everybody, not just bulldozer your way in, is critical, right? When you're sitting and running a business, profit is part of the triple Ps, as well as making the right decision so that you're growing. There are livelihoods dependent on a specific business, and taking that responsibility on is an important aspect. So you have to back up the intuition with data, and then also allow yourself and others that space that's needed to make the mistakes and learn from those mistakes rapidly. If one is not allowed or does not have the space to make mistakes, you're not going to innovate. In addition to that, the ability and tenacity to pivot is very important, right? So you're constantly thrown curveballs when you're running a business, even in families or friendships and relationships. How quickly you come back from a breakdown and come to the breakthroughs is what determines whether you will continue to keep moving on or you will not be able to surpass a particular roadblock. And so the ability to have agility and pivot is a critical aspect of being able to constantly grow and keep your path, or keep focused on your intentions.
What